Washington, Pennsylvania. There you go.
Uh-oh,
Hi.
Mark. You and Rock, y'all may
Well,
have to get
good
along.
evening, everybody. Mark Holmes here. And of course, as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It's crazy being back home because so many things are so different. It is cold up here at my house. I'm sorry to say that to everybody in Texas after being in that blast furnace. It's about 70 degrees with a breeze blowing. I could actually put on some long pants and be comfortable right now. So I'm sorry to kind of piss y'all off, but you know, that's just the way it works. So with that being said, I can kill the music right now here. We have our Sunday afternoon Zoom call. I may not be quite in, you know, I'm still, it's finally hit me after having the road trip and stuff that I'm tired. That it was a whole lot and everything else. I just woke up from actually taking a nap. I don't remember the last time I took a nap, but I am so happy to be here because without all of you, this literally does not work. And so I am so happy that I have all my wonderful people up here right now because I always say without you guys, it does not work. And the first person I see is definitely one of the best, which is Roland's Review. Roland, how are you doing?
I'm great. I've been keeping up with your road trip and watching all the changes that were taking place, and
Mm-hmm.
you guys did a really good job. And you know, just I'm glad that we could all be a part of it. And as you said, we have to pay things forward when things are going good for us because we never know, when we'll need help.
That's
That
true.
could be any of us at any point, or time in our lives. So I was very pleased um, with everything that you did for Stuart's mother, and I just that last time that he called in, it'll always be
Oh my
special to me
God.
because he called my name,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, oh wow, So I'm glad that I could be a part of it, you know. Um, and I'm glad that we were able to make his mother happy.
Oh,
I
she
mean,
is definitely.
some of us who still have parents who are alive, someone may have to do something for your parents one day. So,
Mm-hmm.
it makes you reflect and look, at life totally different. And as you said, we get caught up in the race thing and this person, that person, and we're all here to help each other. It's not even that serious.
I tell you what's crazy is on Friday, I think it's Friday, a friend of Stuart's, him and Stuart both had a lot of ailments together, and sometimes they'd been in the hospital together and stuff. He came by
Right.
to see him on Friday, and 2 days later he passed.
Oh,
He
wow.
passed the day after Stuart did, and they're all both about the same age. He had a blood clot or something like that happened, and he died unexpectedly, literally the day after Stuart. So that's why I
Wow.
always say life is precious and enjoy and make the most of each day and stop wasting time hating people and stuff. What's up, Gina Thorne? How you doing? I love weed. What's up? I see Mark Torres jumped in here too.
Yeah, I'm
And,
here. I'm
and
here.
and I have to say, shout out to Mark Torres and his family and things. In fact, I don't know how well if you guys can see this.
What?
I got back home today, and
That's very,
immediately
very
have been
nice.
at work. But this is a picture. Okay, Rock. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is a picture from the
I saw it.
star in front of the trophies. See, the Eagles, they couldn't do something like this. They couldn't stand in front of five trophies and things. But
Wow.
right here is Rock and his beard and his wonderful wife. They always say that the wife is the better half. It's damn
Always.
sure so true. Well,
Yes.
Rock will admit that one. No, no, we kid because we love. But we got down and dirty. We had a great time and stuff. And
What's up?
it's
What's up, Vito?
it's crazy to have been so close to the star during the 1 day mini camp and stuff, and not even really have enough time to even think about the Cowboys and things. So that was a great trip, and now it's time to start focusing in on the Cowboys. So what's everybody's feeling now that we've gone through and had our off-season workouts. We didn't get anybody injured during the off-season workouts, even though we were too physical. We still have yet to sign any players of significance. We still have some cap money. And we've got less than a month to try and sign Dalton Schultz to a deal or have him pissed off for the season. How y'all feeling going into the season? What's up, Terrell?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm tired, but
Welcome
my
back.
heart is full, man. I've missed being here in my studio. I've kind of it's like, man, I got to put a whole bunch of stuff together. I took a lot of equipment with me that I never had a chance to even try and use because it was just so busy. So, basically we were just going through and just saying, just do a video and just throw it up and see if anybody watches, and so on from the trip. But we are doing good.
I wish everyone.
I'm sorry, Beto?
I wish everyone. We love you too, Lado.
Yeah.
I wish everyone. I wish all of you every morning, every evening, in the middle of the day, wherever. We watch your videos every time, every evening, every game. Yeah, he watches it
Man,
all.
I appreciate. So you're the one that does that. I appreciate that. I'm glad somebody's watching. Is E2 in the house too? What's up, E2? How are you doing? E2, we could have used you there, helping driving down the road and everything, man. But definitely, when you got 7 people staying in an RV together, you really get to know people. Okay, that was fun.
I slept there too.
Yeah, right. Rock. Okay, now for those who don't know, Rock. If you look at it, it's not a tattoo in the corner of his eye right there. That's where he almost gave his eye up for Stewart.
Oh my God.
Okay, he's the major injury that we had because
safety glasses, bro.
all right. So there's some molding at the top that's stained, and it bothered my wife, and she's like, "We need to paint that." I said, "We don't need to paint that, honey. No, just leave that mold in the road. It matches the cabinets. No, it needs to go like the ceiling." So here's Rock. Rock goes through. I'll take care of that. So he's taped it off and stuff. He's going through and painting it and everything else. Like, look at this mother humper. I done told my wife she don't need that. Now he giving it to her, right? Okay, all right, okay. I come back in later on and I see Rock down here like this.
Oh no.
Because he was up on the step ladder and apparently turned around and somehow got his face into the way of the fan blades.
Yeah,
and
I didn't think it was that close.
The fan blade hit him right above the eye and knocked him kind of silly. Well, no, he was already silly. But he's holding his eye. And he didn't flinch. He didn't whine like a little bitch or anything like that. I mean, he was just like, he's like, oh man. He's like, it's, so I said, let me look at it. And I look at it and the eye goes, hi, I'm messed up. Okay. And I was like, oh man. And he was kind of staggering a bit, so, we went to get it looked at and things, but, he's like, I'm fine. He's like, I'm not missing Stewart's service for anything. And so, we went by CVS, got all kinds of creams and everything else, and, I was like, go ahead, Rambo. And we went on to Stewart's service and things. But his wife made this pho. And at first I was like, it's 100 degrees outside. We're eating pho. Why are we eating soup at 100 degrees? But it was the best pho I had in my life. And this pulled pork that he had was just, the pulled pork was incredible in the ribs. So shout out to my man, Rock. Rock, when I have a few extra dollars, you're getting a deep fryer sent to you that will be on standby for any future tailgates and stuff. Because I know you were disappointed that we didn't do Jobu wings.
Yeah, I was disappointed also I didn't do my wings.
So
the
man,
empanadas, but we're gonna make it up.
This trip wasn't about, as much as I would have loved to just spend time doing everything else, because I had so many people reach out that wanted to kind of hang out and say, hey, come over to this place. It's like, nah, this is a mission that we have to do for my man Stewart, so I don't have time for all that this time.
Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Mark.
Yeah.
You said you was going back to Dallas for a Cowboy game.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be doing that. Now, Thomas, we had so many different jokes and stuff as we're going through there. And I wish Brian were on right now because the way he imitates your Mark with your southern accent and stuff, we were going through every time we get close to Nashville. He said Thomas is going to be like, now Mark. And coming through. It's like, why didn't you stop by and see us now? We got all these Titan fans on it, but he has it down pat. That was hilarious as we went there. I saw Miss Jackie came by. She came by to see how we were doing and make sure we did it right and stuff. So it was all good. It was so cool that so many people, not just the people that were there, Rock down in the foxholes with me and Randy Seitz. I don't know if Randy's gotten home yet or not. They were kind of taking the time. He only lived 8 hours away, and I lived 20 hours away. Somehow I got home way before him, like a day before him. I don't know how that happened, but hey, it is what Mark Hutchins, shout out to you. But so many people that donated to do this. We had people that volunteered there with time and materials and stuff or discounts that made this whole thing work. And she is ecstatic for what we did. And I just feel blessed. So I've got a plan. Okay, now, I don't know if this is going to be one that's going to be security is going to get called. But I was saying to some of you guys who were here before the show started, Stuart, when he called, he said he wanted me to have this Micah Parsons signed helmet. And I realized so many things happened that were almost like this whole thing was driven. Meetings of people that I met. P.D. Parker is the most incredible person that I think I've ever met in my life. Without her, we had no chance of getting this together. But next Sunday, Micah Parsons will be here for an autograph signing show. And so I started thinking, because I was already planning on getting, one of these prints of Micah signed to give away, right? So I think he's like $150 or $170, something like that. But it's worth it. So I was gonna get one of those signed. Oh, there. Okay. When Brian comes on, just say, "What's up, Cones?" Okay, just say that. Okay. I just want everybody to say, "What's up, Cones?" All right, because he kept hitting the traffic cones. All right. I'm gonna admit him now. So my thinking was that I was gonna get one of these signed, and then I started thinking that wait a minute, I got to get one of the shirts signed by him. But I'm thinking I'm gonna take this with him. And see, tell him the story and say, you are the final piece of the puzzle for Stuart Morrison. Because Stuart,
what's up, Cones?
Cones, what's up?
Cones?
Where is he? Brian?
Cones, I know you're here.
Brian is here, Mark.
I admitted him. Unmute your mic, Brian. So here's what I figured out.
What's going on? Sorry
up,
about
Brian?
that. I'm in a fog still.
Okay.
What up? What's going on?
Brian Cones.
Oh, shit. I didn't know who you were talking about. I didn't hear the word cone.
So elaborate on that.
Still getting used to your nickname.
Okay, so
Listen, man, I did what I had to do to save the greater good. It was bad. It was bad.
Look, it was a white.
Guardrail.
It was a white knuckle drive going through there because if you've ever taken,
And then there was cones inside, the dotted line. Inside the dotted line.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in an RV knows, even if you're riding in the middle of a lane, there's about 6 inches on either side. So we're going downhill. I have less than a lane. It was sketchy.
it was sketchy because there was a guardrail. Listen, and we kid and all that, but there's a guardrail that's over there, right on the other side of the rumble strips. So the rumble strips are there, and then there's a guardrail, and they're putting the cones not on the line, inside of the line. So it's short. It's really, really short. And I'm sitting here looking at this because, you're in the mountains of Tennessee, eastern Tennessee, and it's at night. You got one lane, you got tractor trailers that are on your ass. And I'm looking at the cones because I'm on that side, and I feel like I'm like over top of the cones. I'm like,
I heard you the whole time, but again, did you want me to scrape the whole side of the RV?
I'm just looking at the side I'm on. It's like, you're getting close to the cones.
Yeah.
Boom. You're getting close to the cones.
He wasn't that scared because he was filming it, so he wasn't.
Oh, no.
that scared.
After the first 11 seconds, I said, I'm going to turn this off because this is
Yeah, it was a
liability.
little white knuckle. It was sketchy.
But shout out to you, man, because I could not have done that. There's no way I would have made it down there. Think that we drove 2,700 miles. We drove, if you've ever thought about driving to California, most of you would say, it'll take a week. We drove that distance and rebuilt the house. So that gives you a perspective right there.
Yeah, we got there and we were rubber-legged. The last thing we wanted to do was wake up early, and we wanted to do it, but it was a lot. It was 100 degrees. We got there, it was over 100 degrees the first day.
Yeah, it was.
But everybody came together.
87.
Well, no, not just that.
Yeah, that's the
Right
longest
here?
state. That's the longest state I've ever driven. I mean, listen, we went from
Hey.
the whole way. I
Hey,
kept saying, Mark.
See, I told you.
Brian, I've traveled to Texas on highway, and it is hell.
Texas is long.
Dude.
I just never been through Tennessee. I mean, listen, Texas is big. I guess if you went from one spot to the other, but no, we literally drove every inch of the state, and it was long.
It was long and rough.
And all day, and it's like we're still here. Nothing against Tennessee, but just mentally.
Interstate 40.
We got it done, Mark.
Y'all been
That we
Cow
did.
Pizzle?
Mark, I
Yeah,
tell you,
yeah, right. I
no
saw him on the side of the road. I thought him
I
and Baby
tell
Doll.
I tell you, when we got to the Texas, when we got to the Dallas city limit, when I went there back in 2018, I was like the little girl in Road Trip. I kept saying, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?"
Well, Nashville is almost smack dab halfway mark from my house to Dallas. Almost
they don't call-
exactly.
What we're talking about, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, they don't call us middle
Yeah, I
class
do
people,
about, with this company, now that I'm with this company, I do about 3,400 miles a week.
He was probably one of the trucks that blew by us. Mark.
You know
It
what?
was,
Yeah.
shook the hell out.
Probably
of us.
because every time that truck would go, it would push the RV over a little bit. So you had to kind of turn into it every time a tractor trailer went by. And if you got it, up to 70 miles an hour, the sucker felt like you were about to lose control of it. But hey, it got us there and back. So I'm blessed on that one.
Here you go, guys. This is what Stewart's mother got us.
Look at that.
I don't know if Mark showed you.
I've got stuff. I have yet to really get everything into it.
You guys can't read it, but it says,
No,
"I will
Mark's
always
pretty
remember
selfish
your
about it.
kindness by fulfilling my son's last wishes. I know why he valued your friendship. Thank you, Stu's mama."
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
it was real rewarding. I don't have a building knowledge. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I did go up in the attic for
Look, he blew in the insulation in
close
the
to
attic
4 hours
in
and
Texas
my
in 100-degree
phone was
weather.
overheating. It was 1:15, so I did that the one day, and I was running to Home Depot about 15 times. And
Did a lot more than that, buddy. You
doing
did a
trim
hell of a-
and yeah, I know, but Mark was amazing. So shout out to Mark, man. What you did in a little bit of time, I challenge anybody to do that. I really do.
Like Mark said before, he would challenge anyone. He outwork anyone.
Yeah.
There's times where I caught myself sitting and he's still working. I'm like, damn, let me get up.
I think
And
the
I had
hardest
you know what I
part.
mean?
I think the hardest part about that is when you have a group of people, and it's almost like going away with a bunch of people. I don't know about you people.
Didn't we
but-
go away with a bunch of people?
No, but it's like annoying because you can never get a game plan. It's like, well, what do we do? You end up doing a lot of standing around, and sometimes it's like, I just got to go. I'm here to go do something.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really happen here. We all listened, and you go do this, you go do that. Now, you may have to go back and revisit what somebody did.
Yeah.
No names. I don't think they're here, but
No, man.
me too. I'm
Brian, I'm not gonna lie, nothing, but it seemed like in every video I saw, it sounded like y'all had a good game plan.
We did. That's what
You
I
made
mean.
that
He was
shit
like,
up.
you do that, but he always seemed to circle back to make sure that that particular person wasn't totally screwing it up, because let's face it, just makes more work for you.
Yeah, we didn't have time to do it
It was
twice.
good. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
But Brian. Okay, so the great thing was, and everything worked out the way I guess it was meant to be, because we had gotten a plan of going 3 to 4 o'clock to the Star for a tour. I've been to the Star many times and tried to do the tour, but it never worked out where I had the time or they had the opening when I could go in. So we got actually this planned ahead for this trip. And we were thinking we were going to be done. We would go to the Star, do the tour, and hit the road. But because we were waiting on the drywall guys, they were still working. They had 3 guys in that little space in the heat, spackling up, sanding and painting and everything else. They ended up finishing almost the exact time we rolled back in there to go ahead and finish and get going. But Brian said something that'll stick with me, and I kind of said this maybe before, that the Cowboys are like the rich kids. And when you go through and you see the Star, I mean, there couldn't be anything greater. When you saw the weight room and, how nice and pristine it looked and everything else, are Cowboys those entitled guys that you've got everything that you're not really wanting for more? And they're going against some of these other teams that look at them as the rich kids and say, you know what, I'm going to steal your bike.
Mark, I was telling Brian when we were going up the stairs how that was Italian, and I go, Brian, really? Italian floor, shipped,
right?
Italian, and we got
Italian floating marble steps.
It was beautiful, but it was, and everything is rentable. Listen,
that's the other part of it.
I'm naive, I understand, but I mean, everything is rentable space. Is there anything sacred? No, I know the answer is no. It's all about the almighty dollar.
Well,
and I've seen the Star. I've known every inch of that, even though I've never been there. We've all seen the videos. I knew, before I got to where I was going, for the most part. But it was still awesome. That's my team's home. You get the little goosies when you're walking past certain things. But everything is rentable, and it's an eye opener. I mean, you could rent a cafeteria, you could rent a war room if you want for a company, get together. You could rent
fantasy football.
Fantasy football. That's what we're going to do it.
If you have the money, it's for sale. And it almost, when I left, I felt like we were going through Ripley's Believe It or Not. Like this was the sideshow.
It looked like. I'll tell you, and here how I would say this is how I could sum it up. Until we win another Super Bowl, it looked like a museum in like, here's what, here's how many people won the MVP.
Yeah.
Here's how, here's Tom Landry's hat when we won the Super Bowl. Here's the, it's time to win because that is awesome and I love it. But
right.
It's like a museum, and a museum is
about the past.
Historical. Yeah.
Yep. Mark.
That was a practice field.
Listen, that was my favorite. When you see the fields, I just wanted to go out on the field because every day those boys are going through the glass doors and hitting the fields. It was awesome. I mean, it was beautiful, but it's just like a museum to me until we win again.
You guys talk about that goalpost?
Oh no, we didn't talk about that. That was actually cool.
About that, Dan Bailey had. If you ever look at the outdoor fields, you got one normal goalpost and one that's a quarter of the size, which makes sense. It's like if you're, throwing darts or shooting pool behind me. If you're shooting pool, you want to make the pockets as small as you can. Yeah. So when you get to the regular pockets,
it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The place is incredible. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You go through there and you see the history and everything else. I loved seeing the Hail Mary. They've literally taken every screenshot from the Hail Mary,
awesome. You guys
and it follows down 3 flights of steps.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I went there back in 2018, they was about ready to throw me out. They told me, they said, "Look, dude, you want to calm down or else." Because,
like a little kid going to Disney World.
Yeah, I was like a little kid in the candy store. I was like, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. And the lady, our tour guide, she was like, Thomas, you want to calm down, man, because you're getting a little too excited.
That's why we're on YouTube following the Cowboys, following Mark and the Cowboys, because we love the team so much. So that's not surprising. We just got to win, man. We just got to win something else. I'm tired of, and I'll just say that too. It was nice being in a town where, for the most part, everybody else is like-minded, and I don't have to hear crap from an Eagle fan saying, "Well, put your stuff away," or Dallas sucks. It was neat. It really was.
Yeah. Now,
You saw Holmes.
Yeah,
I-
you know,
I
my,
want to
my
Yeah.
thing
give me a
is,
Super Bowl champion shirt, not an old one,
yeah,
a
you
new
know,
one.
my thing
Exactly.
is, Jerry. My thing is, Jerry, you have showcased in front enough. It's time to get another ring.
And it's not easy.
Exactly.
And that's the
Spend money
problem.
to make
It's not
money.
easy. It's not
It's
easy.
not easy. I know
You're
that.
right
I'll
about
give them
that.
that. But it's amazing how the same teams, for the most part, keep ending up in the end. So take whatever sauce and special ingredients that they got and start implementing it. Because what you're doing
it ain't
isn't good
working.
enough.
It's not
I want to
working.
get a tattoo so bad, but I told myself I'm not gonna get one until they win another Super Bowl.
I hear
Well,
you.
well,
man.
here's the thing. Let
Don't worry, it'll be
me
soon.
let me do this real quick because I thought we were gonna have enough time every day to do like a live stream and a
right.
drawing. You know, because I took the hopper with me here to thank
boy.
everybody who donated, and there's so many people that donated. The GoFundMe reached $11,020, and the amount of work that we put into that place, it's unbelievable. So I've got to go ahead and work on getting way ahead. So I'm going to be double. I'm going to give away a couple of these today. Jon Jones is going to get Micah Parsons. So Jon Jones, I got to see if you are a GoFundMe person and see if I can find your address from there. If you happen to be in the chat, email me at cowboysmark94@gmail. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rudely interrupt
Yeah, I
you.
hope Troy Daniels is okay, and I haven't seen him in a few weeks. I pulled his name out. I was going to tell him I pulled his name out of the hopper the night before we left.
Yeah, and we have not seen Troy.
Yeah, I know. In this day and age, when you don't hear somebody or see
real.
somebody for a couple of weeks,
Yeah,
you
then
worry a
start
little
worrying.
bit.
I was wondering what was up because that's one person I haven't seen.
Right, that's
Yeah,
what I mean.
he's
Maybe
almost
if-
always.
if
I
we
know
have his
one Sunday he had his a funeral or something that he had to go to, and wasn't going to be on. I don't think we've seen him since then.
If anybody's friends with him on social media, shoot him a message. I mean, I can look him up, but I don't.
Yeah.
I did pull his name out. He gets. I don't know what he won exactly. I'm sure you know, Mark.
There was a Tom Landry one, another one. So he has the original one, and then he has one of the new style ones.
Okay.
But there's a point you're making about the teams. It seems like the same teams are usually the good teams that end up going back in there. The question is Jerry Jones really done as much as he could to win the Super Bowl?
Nope.
And does it matter? Because think about this though. All that stuff that we saw, Brian, over there, for the most part, that's all from the '95 season before.
Like a museum, right?
Right.
It looks, ooh, that
But
was beautiful.
here's where it's
I remember
crazy.
that. That
Here's
was
what's
awesome.
crazy is you think about how much money he makes. If you talk about winning, it's who dies with the most money, that's the winner. And you think about the Eagles, okay, they won a Super Bowl a few years ago. Did it change anything? I mean, hell, the Rams don't get talked as much about as the Cowboys do, and they just won the Super Bowl. Tampa Bay with Tom Brady. So, in some regards, maybe Jerry's got everything that he wants. It's just, I am relevant. I don't have to win.
I mean, it's been almost, was it 95?
Yeah.
So we're talking
95.
25 years. Something like that.
26 years.
26
years.
We're not talking, it's been a drought. That's a quarter century, boys.
Yeah.
That word century, come on. It's time to win, Not to be spoiled. We got this. We already have 5. That doesn't mean nothing. What have you done for me lately? Nothing.
Yeah.
Time to spend that money.
And you have some really, like Dak Prescott. I think everybody for the most part agrees he's an awesome person, an awesome player. He's a guy you want to win. I don't want him to go down the Tony Romo road where we look back and go, wow, he was a good quarterback. He had great moments, but he just couldn't get it done. Dak deserves better. Dak deserves, like me and Mark were talking, the NFL Man of the Year. The Cowboys, that's one of the things that's great about them.
Mm-hmm.
They hold that in high esteem. Dak deserves that for all the work he's doing.
Hang on for
but
one
I want to
second.
see Dak get a Super Bowl. Zach Martin, he's going to go down as one of the best, offensive tackles that we've ever had.
Shout out to Daniel Morris. Great job, Mark, Brian, and crew. I followed your mission all week long. I hope Dallas area and Cowboys media publicize the story. God bless you all. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, man. That was. I didn't do that for publicity. I did that.
No, definitely didn't, because
I did that because
you hardly posted anything. I haven't seen nothing. I saw the cone thing. My wife sent it to me. It was 11 seconds, so I had that. I was able to see that. But other than that, we didn't, because we planned on doing a live stream every night.
It just wasn't time, man.
I didn't even stay with you at the campground.
It was no time. I mean, literally, we were leaving 10, 11 o'clock at night and have to drive back over to the campground.
Yeah.
Grab a shower and you're up at 6 again. So yeah, that was crazy because we did the one live stream, and it's hard to believe that we were just down to bare studs on Monday. We did all that demo, and to see it when we left, they came through, they grouted the floor yesterday. They're going to finish the painting tomorrow, and that's going to be done. So yeah, it was.
Shout out to Randy Stites and his son Corey. I went out for a couple hours to do some errands, and Corey and a couple people had the whole bathroom
gutted out.
Basically, all gutted out. That was impressive. I mean,
yeah.
Shout out to them guys.
I wrote the check, and you guys helped to cash that mother humper because I was broke going down there. But so with Jerry and making all kinds of money, I mean, it's $55 to do the Tour of the Star per person. $55 freaking dollars. Now, they just started doing public tours again this past week since COVID and things, so that's going to start opening up again. We have $23.5 million that doesn't seem like they're going to spend. They're going to probably get some more. I'm sure they'll get Dalton Schultz contract done. Will they? Anybody have any feeling that as they go through and training camp start releasing guys, that the Cowboys will get any help, or do they think that they really have all they need?
I don't think they'll get any help. I mean, they're too cheap.
Too cheap. Catboy's cheap.
They got to get a linebacker. We are truly short.
Anthony Barr's sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But I don't have.
Yeah.
I don't have no
I think I'm jinxing them, Thomas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Terry Lee.
Y'all know who I want, and I'm not gonna say anything.
I feel like they're going to do something, but I can't sit here and say they're definitely going to do it.
Who do you want, Thomas?
You know.
I want Anthony Barr.
Oh, same here.
I want DK Metcalf.
I said.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sure.
I said
Jon Jones and Terry Lee. Shout out to you.
Time ago.
Well, that's the one thing I will say. We couldn't go in the locker room because there were players that were rehabbing. It seems like Gallup is going to miss games, but I don't think it's
Jon Jones. You were our first winner here. Hey, John.
Situation where he's on the active roster type of deal. That's the whisper.
Micah is coming to you.
On.
Email me cowboysmark94 Gmail so we can get your with your address. Say, hey, it's Jon Jones. Send me my Micah.
I said at day one. I said, hey, if we don't get Bobby Wagner, Anthony Barr is Plan B. I said that.
Yes, you did.
Oh, shout out to Rock, who's eating.
I know.
Dude, man.
Rock is either eating or smoking. One of the
Dude, that pork.
He's got
that pork. I'm telling you, people, that pork you made was.
Oh my God.
And I feel like I'm pretty decent at what I do. That was the best pork I've had.
Yeah, I
give out the
if I had just a couple of buns on there and like a vinegary barbecue sauce on top of that and some hot sauce.
It's gonna call me at night. When I'm sleeping, I'm gonna wake up.
Well, Mark, I already told you how to make it.
Yeah, I'm just the 4 ingredients, but I can't tell the secret.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I want that smoker.
That smoker was
on point.
oh
He's
man,
ironing out the kinks, and unfortunately, he was working. We were all working.
And getting his eye busted wide open and going to the hospital. So yeah, you got to tend the fire on that sucker. You got to tend the fire out there. But we're going to be back.
We'll do it again.
What we're going to do is we're going to be coming down during the season, and we're going to be with Rock Nation over there tailgating at the Star. Not the Star, at the game.
We're heading down.
Yeah. So are we flying or are we driving, Brian?
If you get your RV, we'll stretch it out. I think we need another a day.
Yeah, definitely an extra day in there to take our time. Maybe stop off at the halfway point in Nashville, and we can see now. Mark,
No, Mark.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll grab
yeah.
Thomas on the way there and stuff.
He he was texting Thomas. Thomas there was a little bit of a delay. Like, do I really want all these people over here? But nah, we were just playing with you.
Yeah, but yeah,
Don't you get about 40.
You get about 2:00 in the morning driving, and it's kind of like this is hard.
I thought I saw the black dog. You ever
black-
hear the expression?
No,
Yeah, the black dog. You like driving so much, you start seeing stuff.
Well, let's ask the Trucker's Life would know about that. Now, Trucker's Life said he does about 3,200 miles a week.
Yeah, my man.
So we were only 500 miles short of what he does. Now, we probably made that 500 miles up going back and forth to Home Depot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
definitely. All right, so what's everybody's thoughts on this season? Are we going to make the playoffs? Are we going to win the division? And let's not
Yeah.
from the heart. I mean, think with your head. From what you've
I'm
seen
gonna
with
be
this
honest,
team.
Mark, where's he at?
I'm gonna be honest, Mark. I don't think so. With how cheap they're being this offseason, not making any moves, it's like they don't want to. That's what it genuinely feels like. Like they don't give a fuck no more. It's just my opinion. I don't think Stephen Jones cares to win. He's already got the money, so what's his incentive to win?
I think Jerry does, but I have a weird feeling that he's lost. I mean, the only thing that explains it is that he doesn't have the power he once did. I understand he owns a team, but
Yeah.
things aren't happening like they did in the past. And it's not like we're up against the cap. We have a lot of elbow room to go at least make a move. So
Steven's running the show.
Yeah,
Jerry's
we've had the money. We've had the money to go make a move.
Yeah.
Stephen Jones doesn't try to. He doesn't have the drive to.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. All right. I'm
When you're
gonna I'm gonna go.
billionaire,
Okay.
you don't have
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this one though. Let's say Tyron Smith didn't get hurt last year, or Zeke Elliott with his PCL, or let's say we had a few less penalties, especially in that game against the 49ers. Okay. Let's say we let Tyron Smith was healthy going that game, and we didn't have Randy Gregory tackling guys, and we won that game in the playoffs. Will we still be saying right now that the Cowboys are fucking up? Because the difference is only a couple of penalties and a couple of plays of being considered, oh, they made it to the next round of the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
I don't think-
would they
I
have
don't-
gotten rid of Amari Cooper for a 5th-round pick?
But
That right there, when they gave him away for a 5th-round pick.
okay, well, everybody makes
that was
stupid
like
mistakes.
slapping me in the face.
Everybody
Yeah,
makes
that's
stupid
right.
mistakes, but honestly, what has Amari Cooper won in his career?
nothing.
Because this now, if he goes to Cleveland this year and doesn't do anything, then what? And more than likely, that's probably going to be the case because Deshaun Watson may be out for the whole season or 10 days.
Yeah, because they talking about he may be out for the rest, for all this season coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why his cap hit this year is pretty much $1 million.
Yeah, and that was where they baked into it, but they don't have a plan B as far as the quarterback goes.
No.
And the thing is sometimes with Amari Cooper
that-
in the big games doesn't show up, and you got to have somebody that shows up. Now, should they have gotten more for him? Yeah, they should have. That was stupid. But in the end, we've had great players that we've let go before, like DeMarcus Ware, and we actually got better. Sometimes a great player doesn't necessarily make you a great team.
And
Yeah,
and
I
I
agree.
think
I
I think that's
understand what you're saying. But another thing is, I keep hearing people saying DK Metcalf. We are not going to go get DK Metcalf when we just paid Michael Gallup.
Yeah, but we didn't really pay Michael Gallup that much money. And the grand, because you start looking at the numbers of what guys are getting right now.
that ain't happening. I tell people all the time, stop listening to this hype. Don't fall for that. I'm the type person that, hey, if you're gonna tell me something about a rumor, I'm not gonna believe it until it happens.
Right.
Take the hype elsewhere. I don't want to hear it.
I'm just concerned about our offensive play calling. That's the only thing that concerns me. Defensively, I'm not worried about. I'm just worried about the offensive play calling. See what Kellen Moore can do.
Right.
My
Yeah.
opinion. I
Right.
think we're going to go to playoffs. I think we're
I
going
think
to
we are
do good.
too. I think because I
That's
look at
why
where,
I'm staying quiet, but I think we're going to do good.
just think about where we were starting the season last year, thinking about the defense. We looked at that defense and said, we ain't got no dogs. We said D-Law is overpaid, old, and can't do crap, and he did miss a lot of the season. You looked at the free agent signings that we had, and we're like, yeah, we didn't sign anybody, right? But you look at Jaron Curse and Carlos Watkins and Brett Urban, guys that actually played significant time and played pretty well for us. The defense was a lot better than what we thought they were going to be with a bunch of no names. They were better than Washington's defense, which they said had the great players and everything else, right?
Yeah.
And having
I think. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
having these guys who were part of that system come back, the cohesion is definitely going to be there. So that defense, you're going to. I mean, things happen, but you look at it, and you have to say that the defense is trending up.
Don't forget that Tucker hasn't been healthy.
That's right. Yep. That Dak has not been healthy.
That's
right.
the big word down at the Star. And listen, we can debate, if we believe him, but he's in the best shape of his career.
Definitely leaner.
Dak Prescott is doing everything he can do right now before the games start to get himself ready. You've already saw where they said that they're going to be running him like they did a couple years ago. Now, let's not panic. That doesn't mean he's going to do a lot of QB draws, but if he runs 3 to 5 times a game, that's a good thing.
I would be happy to see him running bootleg, okay? How about we just bootleg, just move the pocket around, give him a clear, these are things that he does really, really well. Fake the dive, because everybody's going to be keying in on Zeke. Get him outside there, the quick hitters in the slot, hit CD, go ahead. Blake Jarwin, those are things that we didn't do going down the stretch that we did well. But I remember watching so many times Dak on the roll where he kind of would do this little jump hitch where he'd throw where he wasn't with his feet on the ground. And I think that was because of the injuries.
For his body, he was complicated for his legs.
Yeah. Definitely.
Let's not forget CD Lamb, too.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was Terrell that said he's worried, about the
play calling.
Yeah, the offense. I think I don't know. I missed I think that's what it was. I agree. I'm on record. I'm worried about the offense early on in the season.
The line.
Because we know that. Well, the line. We better have the line. I'm not even because I have a feeling that we might have some time getting open. Hard time getting open. Just so if we don't have the time, we're gonna struggle early on with that schedule.
I think Philbin's job's on the line, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, it should be on.
I know, but I have a feeling that we're gonna be a dog. We're gonna be like when Philly won that Super Bowl kind of thing. You know how they kept telling the underdogs and they're the doghouse. I feel like we're gonna come up like that. I
just don't want to get behind the 8 ball because then DFW gets ugly once we, everybody knows how they get.
Oh my God! Yeah, if we start out.
I don't want to get behind because the Eagles' schedule is so soft that they're going to get out to it. They're going to be 4-2, 4-1. I'm just telling you now, book it. So we need to maintain early in the season. So the fact that we're not going out and getting DK Metcalf or whoever, that's going to cause us some issues, and that is before we have any injuries. Now, all that being said, I still think we're going to be fine. I just don't want to be in that position. I want to be a little greedy. Let's go out and get a couple players.
Well, I'm going to be crazy, but Mark Hutton, shout out to you on the Super Chat, and Antonio Montfort.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Shout out to you. Thank you very much for the Super Chat. You and your crew are awesome for what you did at Stu's. Love seeing the Parsons helmet up front, and it reminds me of Stu's smile when I gifted him it.
Yeah.
Hold it. So you gave that to him? Hold on. Back up for a second here. Antonio Montfort. So you gave this to Stewart originally. Well, you're get used to seeing it. And this is where I actually need everybody's help too, is trying to figure out exactly where to put this. I was thinking about making a little base for it so it sits up there with the football
That's my
gods.
vote.
Or I could have
he
it
should
on
be
the
with the
shelf
gods.
right below the football gods, or but he's definitely got to be up there with the football gods. He's definitely
Yeah,
got.
I think so.
But yeah, leave a comment on on a video and say where you think we should put it, and definitely want everybody's input on that. But
Yeah, I don't know what you
Antonio,
said
if
at the
you,
beginning,
I
but-
appreciate
He's gonna
you
be
giving
talking
that
in
to
the ear
him,
off.
and now it's in Cowboys Museum here, Smithsonian, as some people like to call it.
That family, I'm sure Mark said something before I got on. That family is incredible.
Yes.
I stayed with the sister,
Yeah,
Christina.
Christina.
Shout out to Christina and her husband Mike. You could not have done and been more graceful. I've had every night I talked to Stuart's mom. I ain't gonna lie, I teared up. I tried not to do it in front of her, but she's an amazing woman. I know my mother, was a proud Italian woman who probably would have been, don't touch this, don't touch that. I know my mother. She did not want you touching stuff. She wanted, Stuart's mom let Mark do what he wanted, and and they opened themselves up to us. So, shout out to everybody. Eric, if he's watching,
Yeah.
how many loads did he take?
Oh
And
my
everybody-
God!
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to
He
Eric
must
who
have
lives down the
taken,
street. 10.
6, maybe 8 full
Yeah.
loads to the dump. That was
We're
half
talking
hour
about that
away.
freaking bathtub, which is just like hauling concrete. Okay,
My man, he wanted to go to the Star too. I felt bad, but because
we didn't know.
all the rentable space is in such under security, we couldn't just take them with us. We had to
Yeah, you had to have the
sign 'em
names
up,
on the
and you
list.
had to have your name and your firstborn, and it was ridiculous. But yeah, just FYI, you just can't walk up and go take a tour.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Mike, who is Christine's husband, the day we got there, he gave me this. You in the military will know, definitely know this.
Yeah.
Commanding General 3rd Corps. So apparently, when you're in the military, you have these coins. And the highest number, of course, does not ever buy. So he said, chances are you will win almost every one of them because it's a 3-star. And I've kept this in my pocket ever since, throughout every bit of that building.
He's a badass, FYI. He is. I'm just
It's
telling
been
you
in my
now.
pocket the whole time since he gave it to me. And I thought actually I was going to end up pulling it out at Stuart's God, I'm having a brain fart here. At his service, memorial service that we had at a bar, and getting a couple of drinks off of him. But we didn't get a chance there.
Yeah, Mark, did you post that, or are you gonna post it, or no? I didn't get a chance to look. Do you have that posted, like your speech?
Gina sent it to me last night. I haven't even watched it. That whole
got
thing
it.
was a blur.
I recorded it too. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, it was a blur.
We had gotten there because we were coming from. It's basically an hour away. I got there literally 5 minutes before you did your speech, just to let everybody know it was Africa hot that day, and it was an outdoor thing.
It was.
My man was glistening up there, but he had the words, and the words were good. So shout out to Mark.
Yeah, it was an outdoor event. All you in Texas know how hot it was this past week, so it was definitely
I'm
sweating.
outside right now.
Well, we know you're not feeling anything, Rock Man, because you've had something to eat, and we know you've had something to smoke to go with it.
I'm smoking
Listen,
right now.
I partaked in honor of Stu. I'm sure it's on camera somewhere. I'm sure.
I missed that. Wait a minute, hold it. When did that happen?
Yeah, he asked you. You said no.
Oh, did I?
You had to drive, though. I didn't. That's the difference.
Yes. Oh, you know what? And see, that was shit.
That's when I had the rib.
That's when I had to go back to the place to get the keys for the RV that night. Oh,
Mark,
okay.
You want to say who else smoked though?
Mike?
Well, I don't know if you want to call it that, man.
I know. I'll tell you the story.
I don't know if he ever got anything in, but you know what I mean.
No, he did. I was sitting right next to him, staring at him.
Yeah, you were the little
making
guy on his
sure.
shoulder, looking at him.
Yep, looking at him, making sure he smoked it. As soon as he blew it out, I go, no, you didn't inhale.
He was
Do it again.
hacking, but
No, he was just trying to keep passing the Dutch. He was. Oh man, that's crazy. That was crazy, but it was definitely something I will remember for the rest of my life. Having so many
Yeah,
people
it was
come
good,
together
man.
for
It was
that.
good.
He's family. That's good.
Yeah, again. I got a message from Angela this morning to make sure that we were okay and to thank us again. So we definitely have new friends that are down there. Let me go ahead and do another one of these drawings here because, like I said, I'm way behind. I saw Jon Jones, who won the first one
Yeah.
here, and tomorrow night I'll do a bunch of them as well.
Hey Phil,
That's a lot.
like you're quiet today.
What's up,
So what's your
Coach?
take
Oh.
on the Cowboys? I've been
No,
out of the
listening to
loop,
all our
so to
stuff.
speak.
Yes.
I was like, "What's up, Cones? How's it going, man?"
Yeah.
I've been back here.
Catherine
I've been actually just having to
Mariota.
let you guys do your thing, and I've been struggling with mics and checking and all that stuff. So.
Catherine
Yeah.
Mariota. Come on down. You're the next winner on
The occasional Bleacher Report or whatever update. I haven't really heard much about the team. Why did they cut the practice short? Do you know?
Well, here's the thing. On the first day, they decided that they are going to go and have a team building day instead of doing it on a weekend where it's not a practice day. You know, he decided to take the first practice day, and then on the second one was the second day he practiced too hard, so they lost the third day.
Right. Well, no, that's next year they lost to practice.
Well, did they have a third practice? I don't.
No, they didn't. They called camp early.
Oh, they
And
did.
this seems to be the thing now that teams just don't practice anymore. The Eagles had no mini camp.
He was probably afraid to lose another practice. That's why.
Yeah.
No, I was I was silent back here because I was letting you guys, because you guys had a big week. I mean, I was watching the videos and seeing you guys kind of do your thing, and it was very, very proud of you guys, man. You guys, I would check in with Brian here and there to see how you guys were doing, and
I was. I mean,
very impressed.
uh,
I was tearing up, obviously, when you're revealing everything, and
honestly, at that
awesome.
point, most of us were just exhausted, and it's easy for us to just kind of hide in the background. But Mark had to then all of a sudden act. He has energy to go forever. So I don't. That was legit, but it was. I would say she's an understated woman, but she was happy. You could tell she was very happy.
I was
The family was
actually.
appreciative.
Petey called me today and said that she's very stately, very no emotions. I don't know if you remember the comedian, but he says it gets me right here, and that she never trust anybody to do anything. She said the fact that she ended up letting you do whatever you wanted to do was amazing, and that she is just like unbelievably grateful for what we did.
One thing I thought was going to be good was that you did a lot of work, and so it's as she goes through each day, she'll see something new. She'll see something that wasn't there before, and I think that's what we were even made us smile even more, because it's just like there's gonna be so many surprises here in the next, however long it takes her to discover everything.
I'm sure everybody's had work done at their home. It takes you can't get this stuff done unless it's a TV show where they have 50 people behind the scenes running around. You can't do what Mark did in that time frame. You cannot.
Nope.
Not in an 8-hour day, and not in a 10-hour day. And
then,
you shout out to people like Mark because, I took 2 weeks off. I'm getting paid every day through my job, and most people were.
Yeah.
Mark's job is to go out and make money every day, and yet he took. So not only did he donate his time, his blood, sweat, and tears, literally.
No, that would be rock.
He wasn't out making money for himself either. So.
Mark, you guys told me
there you go.
Yeah.
Help me, Mick. Help me.
He definitely looked like he went with Mike Tyson back in the day there.
Now, did they say why we lost, exactly why we lost at OTA?
No,
I think
they didn't say.
Yeah,
I think Washington's was one-on-one drills that they were doing.
The fight,
Ridgeway
and Ball.
That's what the speculation was.
That's speculation.
That's what I said.
But I mean,
that's what I'm thinking.
That's what Rock said. So I don't know. Sounds good to me.
I didn't get that. Yeah, we're too physical.
We're too
Way too
physical.
physical, yeah.
We were trying to figure out.
Physical on what?
Physical.
Well, the question was, I know Washington, they said it was one-on-one offensive line and defensive line drills that they got them for. But if we found out what exactly it was that they were saying that they were doing, that was about. But
and that's why we're not getting the center out of Cleveland. We're getting suspended without the players' representative in the building.
Right. This whole kinder, gentler NFL, I just think about how we used to go every day off season, during the season, and everything else. And I don't remember us having that many injuries and so on. Now, maybe I'm like brain damage or something. But to me, I think a lot of the injuries are because the guys aren't used to hitting. How can you go drive 50 miles an hour and then drive 200 miles an hour on Sunday?
Exactly.
It's called football. And it's called football.
Yeah.
It's called football.
It's called football, yeah.
Football.
Mark,
It's called football. They don't want to get wore out.
They don't want to get wore out.
They don't want to get wore out, but you got to get in shape though too. It's kind of like getting calluses on your hand from doing work and stuff. Because you're used to it over and over again. It's your body protecting itself, and you get used to it. You don't get used to hitting 17 weeks. Tackling somebody 17 weeks of the year. That's the only time you actually tackle somebody to the ground. You learn how to fall. You learn how to take the hits. You have to go through that. There's nothing to train you for football except for football. And now that we have, teams just not doing mini camps and things like that, there's only 14 padded practices during training camp now. That's it.
And my biggest thing is they don't tackle no more.
Yeah, they don't tackle anymore either.
Yeah.
Mark, I would tell you how I feel about it, but this panel is PG, and I don't want to. I don't want you being.
No.
You just be saying what we want to do.
Yeah. But to me, the whole NFL is getting soft.
Yeah, I agree. USF.
But now, on the flip side, I'm sorry, Beto.
All the money they get, you think they will want to practice to be more physical.
Yeah.
I don't know who's making those decisions, though. I mean,
well, in the end, but here's the thing: the NFL, that was one of the cookies that they gave to the players to get that 17th game. Do you think the owners really care how much they practice? All they care about is the money, and to get that 17th game, hey, we're more than happy. You want 5x less practices? Okay, we'll take a couple extra $1 billion.
Give us some extra roster spots, though.
That's the other part that doesn't make sense to me, is why the rosters aren't big. From 50 on, it's not like you're paying, a whole lot of money to those guys. Have them ready, because it's a war of attrition. At least the product won't fail as much, because at least they know you're not picking up a guy on Monday and has to play on Sunday that knows nothing about your terminology or anything else in your team. I don't understand it anymore. But hey, what do I know? I'm a guy with a day job.
Not to get too far away from the Cowboys, but what do we think of Sean Watson?
He needs to be suspended for the year for me.
Yeah, they're saying a year.
Suspended enough. I mean, Zeke had one accusation and he got 6 games. And he had like what?
An
24?
accusation, exactly, Jay. Right. They had an accusation,
and he's got that 24 trials.
That's probably why he decided to go to the Browns, so he didn't get as punished.
Yeah, and Phil, the fact that they
fully guaranteed his money.
Well, I mean, how far did the conversation go? I mean, seriously. So did you do it? No, man. All right, here's
well, I think
million.
The reason why he signed there is because they were probably one of the only teams that were actually interested in giving up the capital to get him and guaranteeing him his contract.
Yeah.
They guaranteed him an enormous amount of money. So, and there's probably no language in there that says, well, if you get suspended, you know, the Randy Gregory, you know, language. I'm sure that wasn't in there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is crazy because he's going to miss 8 to 10 games.
At
And that
least.
was more than I thought because I didn't have any faith that they were going to come down on him. I just don't. He's not a Cowboy, so.
If the latest stuff hadn't been coming out, I could see them saying, "Yeah, okay, it's kind of behind us now. It's not really that bad." But there's still more and more that just keeps happening and things, and they keep, you know, basically putting alcohol into the wound.
I don't think even Cleveland believed that
What's
he was going to.
even more interesting to me is the Texans are welcome.
No, I didn't.
I heard what's even more interesting to me. I didn't hear the rest.
Can you imagine if he played in Dallas? He probably
Oh shit!
For like 3 years.
He would already be suspended, and then we would have to you take him to court.
Houston was paying him to get stuff done.
Yeah, get stuff done. Yeah.
Well, Terrell Bigelow says how much of it is true. I don't know how much of it's true, but wait a minute. But hold on.
We're
how
not
much?
Talking one.
We're talking 24. Zeke got 6 for 1.
We're talking. I think it was up to 24 or 26.
24 at the moment.
And I'm not the type to. I don't care what people do. I don't care what you do at your house. I'm not gonna come in your bedroom, but you know when you know what I mean. This is crazy. For
the team to give him a non-disclosure agreement to give to the women. Come on now. That kind of puts you don't give somebody a non-disclosure agreement to say, you know, you're just getting a massage.
Didn't they get his hotel too?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and feel bad about talking about it. You're the one that did it, brother. You're the one that's the quarterback of an NFL team. It's going to be out there. So,
yeah.
It comes with the territory.
He was he was with Houston he won't get exposure. But Houston is exposed because they knew about the whole situation and they okay. So they might get punished too.
Well, how about we put this in perspective? How long did Randy Gregory get suspended for smoking weed?
He was passing the Dutchie.
Okay, right.
Seems like almost every season.
So you're going to say that Randy Gregory was worse than what?
Some of the stuff he's doing.
Yeah, but I can't.
Sean Watson, that is.
Okay,
maybe they will. I don't know.
I came across this list.
There's nothing illegal. It's just a little weird.
I came across this list that was kind of interesting because it's always made that the Cowboys are screwed because they paid Dak Prescott. Constantly. No. But does anybody have any idea who the biggest cap hit is this year?
I do now because you told me, but go ahead.
Well, okay, I'm going to ask everybody out there. Who the biggest cap hit? Who? No, I'm talking about in the NFL.
No, NFL. Yeah, he's talking about quarterbacks in the NFL. Who's the?
Oh, it's not just quarterbacks.
Who's the highest cap hit?
Who the biggest cap hit numbers? Okay, because
is Wentz still going?
No, Wentz is not. Is not in the
You're
top.
You're gonna laugh at this one, but it's not surprising based on how.
I'm gonna go with Matt Ryan.
No, because they redid his deal when he went to the Colts.
Aaron Rodgers.
He would have been.
Think about like shorter term deals.
But didn't Atlanta have to still pay him though?
Yeah, but his cap number for the team that he's with. Yeah, split.
Dead money. That's dead money.
Yeah.
Okay, I tell you what. I will count down from 8 to 1. Okay, the 8th worst cap hit this year is Carson Wentz at 29.29. From there, number 7, Aaron Rodgers, 29.5. Right? Because the reason I do this is because people keep saying the Cowboys paid Dak all this money and they can't do anything. The next one, Chris Jones, defensive tackle, 29.5.
Oh, you're just talking cap.
I'm talking about cap hits, but there's a couple in here that aren't, and then from this point on, it's going to be after T.J. Watt, who's a $31 million cap hit. This one is surprising. Jared Goff, $31.5 million.
That was from his Rams.
Right. Kirk Cousins, a little bit above him at 31.8. Pat Mahomes, 35.7. And the number one, anybody, number one biggest cap hit for this season?
Thomas Garrett? No. You would know. It's close to home.
Ryan Tannehill with a $38.8 million cap hit.
This is last year here in Tennessee anyway.
Which, mind you, is double the cap number of Dak Prescott this year.
So this whole narrative that Dak's overpaid, it doesn't matter what the contract states what you're making. What is the guaranteed money over how many years? That's it.
I literally heard
it's funny money.
I heard, commentators that have said that, the Cowboys are hamstrung because of the Dak Prescott contract. It's the worst contract in the world. They actually said that Deshaun Watson's contract is better. And I'm like, okay, this year it's a $10 million cap number, but it goes to like 56 next year.
Yeah, but hold on. Can I argue the case?
Go ahead.
For a second.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Matt Ryan, his dead money to the Atlanta Falcons is $40.5 million.
Yes, so, that's dead money to
to Atlanta.
Yes.
And then he's getting paid over here. Right. So he's together. Like, you understand?
Okay, well you can fine. If you want to put him on that. Okay, if you want to go ahead and try and be, I'm just saying cap hit to one individual team, but that was him leaving. That was them saying get out of here. And you're right. It would have.
They traded him because they wanted to, move on. So
and said, let's take the pain now.
Willingly. Well, but yeah, you're right.
Technically, you are truly right on that. But still, and even if you put it in that equation.
Trying to argue the point that
the argument.
We bringing up Dak being Prescott being over, being a.
Dak's not even in the conversation.
Yeah, he's not even in the stratosphere yet. Okay.
He's not in reality. He's not. But that's the talking point out there.
Winning in his rookie deal, which we did. But he's still not hurting us.
Could the deal have been better? Yes, if you signed him 2 years prior. Yeah, definitely. Those were probably the argument there. But
well,
I mean, he was the next man up. It's not too bad. He's the great. I mean, he got him locked in right now. So.
If we win, and that's a big if, but if we win. If Dak is experiencing being the head man with the Dallas Cowboys / America's team, things open up for you as a quarterback of the Cowboys. Now, nobody wants to admit it. Well, that's not your right to tell me how much I'm making. He ain't going to just take the highest number. He's not going to do it. If we can win with him, man, I think he will. I mean, he's not going to want to leave. He don't want to leave. He has his roots here. There's no reason for him to want to leave the Cowboys.
It's very rarely that he's hurting the team,
And with all this money coming in, he won't be hurting the team.
Yeah. But
he built his name in the backyard of his house. I don't think you want to leave if you built his name film in the backyard of your house.
Be a really good season, I agree.
Yeah. But the reason I brought that up is the narrative that's out there, of course, is, like I said, Dak Prescott, it's hamstringing the team. And it's funny that we always hear about Zeke Elliott. Man, he's done and everything else. He's overpaid. How come nobody ever talks about Christian McCaffrey? Christian McCaffrey's average salary is $1 million more a year than Zeke's. Has anybody this year said anything about Christian McCaffrey being overpaid?
That's not a headline they want to make. That's not going to get the
No,
most
but
clicks.
seriously, he got paid. And how many games has he played in 2 years? Is it 8?
You know what happens is when the injuries start coming to running backs, they keep coming. So we gotta everybody cross their fingers as that was a freak thing for Zeke, but that's back-to-back major injuries to him. So
well,
it goes back to the offensive line.
Goes back to the offensive line.
yeah. Well, when you start actually thinking about it now, a lot of the positions that we were like leaders of being paid, we aren't. I mean, our highest paid receiver right now is Michael Gallup at 11.2. Tyron Smith, whose average salary is 12.2, is like 25th as tackles go.
And
so money-wise, they've gotten themselves. I mean, Dak I think is 6th at the moment, but you already have Russell Wilson saying that he wants to get a 5-year, $250 million deal.
Yeah, he'll be out of the top 10 before his contract is up.
Yeah, easily. The Naked HD, feel free, moderators, to hide that user on the channel. Good God. Okay. Trust me, Naked High Def, we all know where to find support. It's no problem. We don't need advertising, okay? Jeez. Does anybody actually say, oh, wait a minute, Naked High Def, let me go check it out because they didn't advertise on here. Get out of here, man. Good
What's up, Mark?
God.
You got a creep on the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I said Deshaun Watson, you got
it just it's been just like running. I mean, it's been going crazy up in here.
All right, that's my bad.
The boss must have said, oh, it's that kind of channel. Okay. That's the same moderators that show up on Alex's channel, okay? But
Gina Thorne. What's up?
Deshaun does not know Mark. Okay.
Mark.
Give Zeke 20 carries a game and then give the ball to Tony.
Yeah, that's another thing they're talking about is the Pollard is working exclusively
in the slot.
Yeah, and coming out of the backfield. So that's good.
I mean, are we getting creative maybe?
They're really working that comp pick for next year. That's what that is.
Man, Brian's is hitting
that might be the case.
Well, I mean, let's face it, Phil. I'm not expecting them to bring him back.
No, I wouldn't imagine either. But sometimes with those guys, you don't expect them to bring back, they kind of do bring back.
Well, that's, I think, what they're going to do with a lot of their money. I'm on record. I want Anthony Barr. And I would like to get a swing tackle, but that's probably asking too much. But I want Anthony Barr. I'm not going to tell you. We need it. But I still think they're going to sign one or two people ahead of time, which is what they need to do. So we don't get them in. We're not in a bargaining against ourselves. You know what I mean? And there's other people out there that can throw a lot of money at them because everybody's going to have money next year and the year after. So.
Yeah. But could they be? I know I'm crazy, but could it be that they're saving that up and trying to make one big move?
But there's not one move that's going to use up all the cap
I agree, but
situation.
I think it could be more of the sense they're just waiting for possibly a desperate situation where somebody
injury
goes down
or something.
And they have to replace that person, and they want money there.
Yeah, I agree with that too. So I don't want to blow it all. Anthony Barr ain't going to cost you maybe.
Well, 1 year he wants a 1 year, $10 million deal.
Well,
but you already have a linebacker that went down. I mean, you need
exactly.
You need somebody here right now.
And if it's not Anthony Barr, then you might have to go trade for somebody, and that's fine too. But something needs to be done. I don't know why we're waiting until there's more injuries.
You say wide receiver?
Yeah.
I think I'm okay. I think we're okay with the wide receiver situation.
It's scary though, Mark. I'm with him. It's scary.
I think James
scary.
Washington's going to play a lot better.
But you see what's going on now. We got so many soft tissue injuries. They haven't even really practiced together.
True.
You know, you got the draft pick who everybody's raving about, but he's hardly practiced.
Yeah.
You got T.Y. Hilton still sitting out there.
Yeah, and I don't really want T.Y., so I think
He'll be a good friend until Gallup gets back.
Yeah, but we need to do something. I'm with you there.
Yeah, you got to do something.
And I feel like I'm jinxing us, but it's hard to go through a training camp and not have, even at the least, somebody start out the year on PUP because they tweaked something. So,
well, we started last year. Amari Cooper, DeMarcus Lawrence on the PUP list.
Yeah, and I don't want that.
This will be the first time that I mean, it seems like Amari Cooper was always on the PUP list to start training camp. He doesn't like to. That's a guy who does not like to practice.
Amari Cooper, he had over 1,000 yards and he made a Pro Bowl, right? Oh wait, no, he only had 800 yards. But
865.
We can't seem to function now that we don't have him. Yeah, per the pundits.
Yeah, but Green Bay will be able to function without Devontae Adams.
Right,
They'll be okay. You know, Kansas City will be okay without Tyreek Hill, right? But the Cowboys won't be without Amari Cooper.
And Terrell.
Yeah,
you got your background.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Kansas City, they picked up some good. They picked up some good receivers. They picked up the guy from Pittsburgh. They picked up Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They picked up a couple more good receivers.
Yeah, they made some big splashes.
They made some huge splash.
They did, but there ain't nobody that's going to get a
Tyreek Hill
screen that's going to go 80 yards.
Tyreek
Hill is a threat in anytime he gets the ball.
Yeah.
You can't.
80-yarder at any time.
You can't replace that. Now you can come up with ways to get guys the ball, but
and you look at Kansas City, the gauntlet. You look at what Kansas City, the gauntlet they have now.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing: when you have now, you look at the Raiders as the worst team in that division. Their division is going to be hell. They're going to be beaten around a lot during that season.
It's going to be interesting. It really is. To see how it plays out.
If you ask me, you don't know who's going to win the AFC West. You just don't.
Yeah, that's going to be hell.
West is unpredictable.
It'll be interesting to watch that division, how that shapes up. Or in fact, the AFC in general is going to be rough.
Yeah, that conference alone is going to be up for grabs.
And I think the Saints are going to be better than what people think.
Saints have a good defense.
I was saying the same thing.
They're going to be better than I thought, and they're throwing everything in. I mean, it may not work out for a Super Bowl, but
Sean Payton, that's the offensive coordinator, head coach.
If everybody thinks that Tampa Bay is going to win the NFC South, they smoking crack. I'm sorry.
They're getting old.
Yeah.
New Orleans got some for Tampa Bay. I'm telling you.
Did you see the a comment that Tom Brady said? I don't know exactly because we were busy, but I did read where he saw somebody working out on Twitter or something, and he basically said that he doesn't want it that much. So, meaning he's working out, but he was impressed with what he saw. So I think what we need to do is take him out week 1, hit him, and he might just be like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Let's just take the will out of him because Tampa's going to be good. I think Niners are going to take a step back. I do.
I think they are too. That's usually with Shanahan's team. They'll have a really good year, and then they go back. And I'm not sure the Rams are going to.
Yeah, Lance, they're already talking, wow, Lance is so talented, even the players, because they know what's about to happen. And Jimmy G isn't even going to be ready to play. I don't think.
Right. So
they have to be like, it's Trey Lance. How many basically freshmen or rookie quarterbacks come in and win? It doesn't happen often.
Not very often at all.
These defenses are going to be coming at that kid.
And he's got to be facing a lot of good teams.
Running for his life.
Who you think going to be a backup quarterback?
Probably going to be who we got already.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's acting like there's great backup quarterbacks out there.
Not that many.
If you're a good backup quarterback, you're probably starting in the league right now.
Yeah.
You know?
And how many backups? I know there's been some, but have actually gone on to win a Super Bowl. It's one of those leagues where if you lose your starter,
your season's over.
You're yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not. It's not fair, but that's just the reality.
How many times you can win one good ball again?
When I think we're going to win the Super Bowl again, I hope sometime before I pass.
Run the ball.
Run the ball?
Again. Yes. Yes. In every game, how many games do you keep run the ball again?
Yeah,
somebody says call Kurt Warner. Come on, guys. Kurt Warner's.
That's just a troll. That's one of.
That's Sugar Daddy.
Watson's fans.
That's Sugar Daddy that said that. Oh, Jaguar sneaky good, great run defense. Okay. Run the damn ball. I heard Jay Cutler wants to come back. Oh,
jeez. We need a
geez.
tight end. I think we need somebody because I don't want all of a sudden Schultz to pull this. I'm not going to play the first game of the season because I haven't been paid, even though I
He won't do that.
You any kind of heads up.
He won't do that. With the way the rules are now, you can't do that shit. Because when you start sitting out training camp, you're losing game checks each week.
Well, no, I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think he'll pull it up, preseason everything, and then boom, pull it out right in the season beginning.
Yeah, Sugar Daddy won. Yeah, I know.
But why? At this point, if you after July 15th, the team can't do anything until the end of the next season.
Nick Foles, that's right.
After July 15th, if the deal's not done, you can't negotiate until after the season's over. So you doing a protest?
You got to pay on that franchise tag after July.
Yeah.
July 15th.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say this though. Mark and I think kind of disagree, but I don't know.
Don't pay him.
I know. Randy disagrees with me. He's not in here now, but we have to identify if Dalton Schultz is going to be with us in the future. If he is, then sign him to a deal now.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we waiting? You'll lessen his cap. You'll extend out the years. So the longer this goes without us actually doing it, tells you they don't want him long term, or that if you have to identify, do you want this player long term?
I think he's a good backup, very good backup.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but by them not doing it, if it doesn't happen by the beginning of the year, then that tells you they're not. They're willing to go elsewhere.
I agree. He's gonna be here next year.
It seems like the new NFL. I mean, how they're playing paying these the tight ends unbelievable amount of money. I mean, they can't block. These are, make no mistake, these are receivers. These aren't your old school tight ends. They don't block.
My cousin got from his grandfather was a coach. He can block pretty well. But other than that, we don't have nobody else that can block.
We got tight end. I mean, Jake Ferguson. I mean, I think.
I love him, but it's a lot to ask a rookie tight end to come in and.
But I mean, to just block.
Just to block.
Yeah. I mean, they've had tight ends in the past that have done that.
I think that's why they're getting Pollard involved more also. It's not just to utilize him more, it's to take advantage of the fact that, that may be an area that we're going to need.
He was a pretty good blocker.
But they'll probably play two tight ends with, with him.
So. We need to play more cocaine. Gumbo package.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Vado.
we need to play jumbo package.
Jumbo
Jumbo.
package. Yeah, more jumbo package. Yeah. That's going away, Votto. I mean, I could see goal line situations or if you have a lead, but you know, I'll be happy with 12 personnel. Run 2 tight ends out there, run a back, and
I think that's what they're going to do, especially with
that's fine.
Michael Gallup probably not being ready for the start of the season. Although Michael Gallup is putting in as much work as possible to try and get there.
I think Gallup sees the opportunity on this team because as much as I love CeeDee Lamb, now he's going to get double teamed. Are we confident that he can beat the double team?
No.
So if we're not confident that he can beat a double team, that's why you're going to see Pollard. Good, give him the double team, but that next guy has to step up. That's why this rookie needs to really advance quickly.
But do you still think they're going to bring in somebody or just keep it as is?
I'm with you. I want them to.
Yeah, I do.
But I believe they won't. They may bring in Ty, so because he's already linked to them. I even think that's a situation like the safety from last year, Malik Hooker, where they brought him in. Then they ended up right before the training camp. They signed him. I think Ty will probably be on this team. So if that's
what's that injury he has? I mean, I know he stays injured.
I'm not sure.
Old age.
T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah. Age. But I would take him.
Or something.
ACL.
Oh, ACL. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see him bringing somebody in for a cup of coffee, but I don't see him signing anybody. That's typically what they do.
I don't know.
That gets all worked up. Oh, we're about to sign him.
Well, knowing Jerry, he'll charge you for that cup of coffee.
Yeah, a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Come on in and have some coffee. We got some Starbucks
I don't
for
see
you.
them signing anybody else. I believe they're saving them money for Lamb and Diggs. I agree with you. I agree with you, Mark.
I have a question.
What's the question, Beto?
But he asked me what I wanted. Yeah, I missed that.
Do I think Lamb should go in the backfield?
Here, my door.
You think he'll line up in the backfield?
Nah.
I don't think so.
A little bit more just to flank him out.
I think if you get an injury like in your third running back like it did last year, then maybe. But
just to flank him out.
If
Flank him out.
anything,
Yeah.
if anything, I can see him in the backfield in a special package or something, like if it's some type of reverse or something. But treat him like a Debo Samuel.
No.
No, I don't see that.
No, don't forget he can throw that ball.
yeah, but
It's going to be interesting how they're going to do this with starting the season with Gallup. So we'll see. It's exciting in that way because it's forcing them to do things that me and Mark have been calling for them to do. So.
You know what? I'm not going to put it out there that he's not going to be ready for the start of the season. We're talking about 2 months.
Yeah, he looks really.
I'm sorry, excuse me. 80 days. We're talking about almost 3 months. He's already doing side-to-side band motion. I'm not saying that it's impossible.
But I mean, even if you put Lamb as the number one, let's say Washington is your number two. Do you feel good with Tolbert in a 3? Do you feel good with a TJ Vasher? I mean, honestly, these guys can beat your third corners and stuff like that. So
yeah,
these guys are good enough to probably be.
TJ Vasher is getting a lot of talk. He is like his name, and then it's got fire coming out of it.
Let's see.
I forgot all about him.
And then when
you
look up,
got Noah Brown. I mean, I'm not saying Noah Brown
and Cedric Wilson. Yeah,
but he knows the system. I mean, he
right.
does catch the ball. So I do feel confident that these guys can beat the third and fourth corners on those fields. The linebackers.
And if you end up using Tony Pollard and Tony Pollard becomes that weapon, and if Zeke Elliott is able to run the football, there's still a lot of weapons out there to stop. And even though people look at Dalton Schultz and say, yeah, he's not great, he did catch a lot of passes last year.
He's a weapon. Yeah.
Okay, he's a really good weapon. He had almost as many yards as Amari Cooper did. Amari only had like 40 more yards than he did. So you still have quite a lot of weapons that are out there. And here's the thing. I'm telling you, Dak and CD will be a thing this year. This is the first off season that they've actually really had to work together. The first year CD was drafted was the COVID off season, in which case we had a shortened training camp and no preseason games, and he only played with Dak 5 games. Last year they didn't work together because Dak was rehabbing and hurt shoulder.
See, a lot of people don't know this, Mark, but Amari Cooper was preparing CD for this moment. A lot of people don't know this.
And we didn't draft CD to be a number 2 wide receiver in the first round.
It's going to be interesting.
He was already number 1 at Oklahoma.
Yeah, I would say Bryce played out that everywhere he's been a number 1 receiver.
Oh, yeah, Oklahoma, but he made to be number 1 receiver.
He looks bigger too. I mean, I'm not talking about tall. I'm not gonna say the inch thing. I'm not going with that. He did look just a little bit thicker, and it's nice to see your receiver put on a little bit of weight.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't slow him down. But he's definitely going to be taking some punishment. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just excited for as much as I love CD. I do. I hope he has a great year. He's going to have a good year, if not a great year. But he's going to be double teamed now, and it's different. It just is. I understand he's been a number 1 receiver, but
I see more Tolbert as your guy that can go towards double coverage and kind of.
But Vasher, after doing my homework on him, because I keep hearing that name, do you know how big this guy is and how fast he is?
How big is he?
6'6".
He is no joke. So if he's 3/4 of what I'm hearing, well, that could be a sleeper to fill in for Wilson. I'm just saying. I think we all know that the other guy that they kept.
Shout out to Mark Hutton.
Is your Wilson replacement?
Yeah.
That right there.
I just don't know.
Mark Hutton.
That's true. That's true.
Let me get Mark real quick.
But I mean, Vasher could be a good outside receiver. I mean, he could be your big outside receiver that this team has not had for a while. I mean, that's T.O. maybe. So I mean, we need a big, and that's a big receiver. So I mean, everybody's hyping for DJ Metcalf. So I mean, honestly, yeah, that'd be awesome. But think about what you have to give up to get a guy like that, and you may already have a guy like that in house already. I'm not going to say he's trying out for the Olympics or anything like that, but he's on his own weapon. So I mean, they kind of hit him in the practice squad. They didn't play him too much last year. And
Can't hide him anymore.
Strategy where they're trying to hide him.
Yeah.
Hide people and stuff. And I think he was one of those guys.
Mark Hutton said, do we see them getting rid of Zeke next year? If Zeke has a decent year this year, what'll happen is they will restructure his contract like they did D-Law to bring him back.
Zeke ain't going nowhere. Zeke made his money.
Not going anywhere. What's going to happen is they'll do him like they did D-Law.
Yeah, exactly.
If Zeke goes anywhere,
I mean, unless it's just an awful season, it's like a 500-yard season, and you just see him being done. They will find a way to keep Zeke there.
Mark Hudson. They're already raving about the shape he's in as well, and he was in great shape last year. So Zeke knows what people are saying.
But but again, 4.7 yards a carry the first 8 games of the season.
Like Phil said, they should have pulled him and not let him, stay out there.
Yeah.
As long as you get healthy offensive line and go play musical gas, we're gonna be alright.
Exactly, we'll be alright.
We'll be alright. Amen on that. I hope we'll be okay. All right, well, it is Father's Day. It's we've been way into overtime. Let me say to everybody, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope that you've all been part of your kid's life. If you haven't been, you're the one that actually missed out on it. And for my buddy Mark Torres, my man Brian Green, or should I say Byron, Byron Green,
No.
aka Cone Boy. That's it. You're Cone Boy now.
Mark, can I say something real quick? We gotta make one. We gotta make a cone one.
Oh man.
Carve it out.
There you go. Yeah, we'll have the cone. No,
Anything I can do to amuse you people is what I live for.
I wish Randy was in here, and if anybody has seen Troy or Troy Daniels, because we have not seen him in the last couple of weeks and stuff, we got to find out, make sure he's okay. But let me say, everybody, and let me do another drawing here. Everybody who has donated to the GoFundMe, everybody, and there's even more people behind the scenes that have done so much to help make that project happen. Thank you so much for helping to get that together, because that truly was a beautiful thing that happened. For so many people to come together, Randy to come down from Kansas.
Gina, she worked her tail off.
She just spends a lot of time in the bathroom. Oh, you weren't there. Yes. Oh my God. Gina spends a lot of time in the bathroom. That's all I can tell you. Mike, you better have his and her bathroom. That's all I tell you, Mike. You better
I don't
make
have
sure.
a problem with the bathroom. It's the timing of when you go.
Yeah.
We pull in, we get gas. You go to the bathroom.
Like, don't walk,
go to the
run.
bathroom when the RV is full and we're all loaded up and say, "Oh, I gotta go pee." We rolling, so you gotta go in the back.
You know, Mike's not gonna let us roll up without Gina now. You know that's what's gonna happen.
But yeah, she busted her butt. She was cleaning that kitchen from
cleaning everything, but
her
because we made a mess.
Shout out to
yes, Mark.
Yeah. So was it true that when you were rolling, my wife said that they were texting you and your wife that the bathroom shower door shattered?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, Mark. What happened with that?
I get charged for it.
Are you serious?
Well, I mean, the thing was there's like a catch that goes down on it, and I said to him, the catch kept coming up. He's like, no, and he kept pushing it down, and it would just, he kept pushing it, it would just keep coming up. I was like, see,
it never worked.
Yeah,
I only used it a couple times because I didn't really stay in the RV, but it never worked.
Yeah, it's like the latch on there was bad.
Whatever.
So, yeah.
So. Sorry to hear that. Let's get the super jets
flying
in to help out pay for the shower door.
There you go. That would be great. But
Mark,
yes.
Is Troy Daniels from Utah?
Yes. I think so. Yes.
Yeah. I was in Utah a couple of weeks ago.
Of course you were, Thomas. You
of course you were.
Mark. I was talking to his neighbor at the airport.
What's up? There's the most interesting man in the world, my man Jet D. We could have definitely used Jet on that trip.
We're in Dallas. I called Brian doing that. He was like, Randy. They said something. Randy knew the answer. He goes, "Of course you do." And I started laughing in the back.
Thomas knows everybody. I love it.
Yeah.
But there's nobody that gets a pass. Come on.
Yeah, but we got to get ready to get out of here, and everybody enjoy their Father's Day, and thank you so much. This past week was one of the hardest things that I've ever done, but because of the people that I had, we got it done, and it'll be something that I will remember for the rest of my life. So. Anybody got anything else to add before we go?
Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Sorry, I'm not looking at the chat, but shout out to everyone.
Well, you're probably having a hard time looking at it with that eye out there.
Yeah, I'm like,
What's up, Marley Greens?
Oh boy,
Mark's getting ready to shut her down. He's
Marley Greens. What's up, man? Yeah, we're getting out of here, man. It's Father's Day, and we got to go, take care of some business and things like that. And actually, I need to finish falling out because I really it's Brian. I don't know if it's hit you yet or not, but I sat on the couch with my wife there for a while, and I fell out, and I woke up. It was like, oh, it's 4:30. I got a live stream. It's like my eye was doing a rock thing. It wouldn't quite open up all the way. I was like, let me get it open.
A little bit, and I'm like, oh, geez, I can't sleep too much. I'm just gonna roll into tonight and maybe sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. So. But I've been trying to do a few things around the house and stuff. You guys have not seen this. I've been working, and I don't know how well it looks on the camera there, but Rock, I don't know if you can, and
I saw it.
Brian?
Let me see, I saw it over there, yeah.
Okay. It's with everybody being so far away, it's not as detailed. It's actually better if they're closer up. But Rock, you can definitely see your beard jumping out of there. You and your beautiful wife right here are you guys. I'm right here.
She's awesome, man.
Jobu's right there.
That's his biggest. That's the president.
Brian Green's right here.
I made sure I
Corey
signed her fan card.
and his dad, Tracy, and Michael's over there along Gina and her daughter. They're side by side and stuff. So
good, Jobu.
Yeah, Jobu's right there. He's like the black spot right there. Marley Green's just woke up. Happy Father's Day to you too, Marley Green. I don't know if you're a father or not, but happy Father's Day to you as well.
Yeah, just real quick. I know you got to go, Mark. I think it was like 4 in the morning. Everybody's sleeping. I'm by myself rolling down the road.
You could say that was 12 o'clock yesterday too.
And I look around and I see the Jobu looking at me. He was sitting behind me. It was a little weirded out. It scared me a little bit.
He's like making sure you.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
He's like, "Are you awake, motherfucker?"
Bro,
I don't hit any more cones.
He's like, "Are you awake, man? I got to get there alive."
He's fine. I was holding my eye. And I'm in the car, and all of a sudden I open my eye and I see Jobu, and I go, "Oh,
yeah, isn't that weird how he's there when you don't?" Yeah,
he's watching me, and I'm like, "Okay, he's cool."
He's like, Mark's like, I want to get some shut eye. I'm going to set Jobu here to keep an eye out. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I guess that's a little creepy, isn't it?
Nah, that's all good.
All right, good people. We're going to rock on out, so I appreciate y'all.
All right. See you, everybody.
You just finished live?
You still there live, Mark?